Hi, welcome to SourceFed. I'm Joe Beretta.
And I'm Lee Newton.
Hi, how are you? Let's have a conversation, a discussion, if you will, on the world of euthanasia. Fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
Good times. But first, the Belgian story that will be our jumping off point, because it's kind of got me in a weird mental place. So, two deaf 45-year-old identical twins from Belgium chose euthanasia over living a life without sight after doctors informed them they were going to lose their ability to see.
The brothers had spent their entire lives together, living in a flat together at 45 years old, and they no doubt loved twin-based entertainment like Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen movies and The Parent Trap, you know? They were perfectly healthy minus being deaf and slowly losing sight, but they chose death over never being able to see each other again.
Dr. David Dufour, the doctor from Brussels University Hospital who euthanized the brothers, said they were very happy. It was a relief to see the end of their suffering. They had a cup of coffee in the hall, it went well, and a rich conversation. Then the separation from their parents and brother was very serene and beautiful. At the last, there was a little wave of their hands, and then they were gone.
Crazy! I mean, I can't even imagine being a family member in that moment. It really wouldn't even feel real. So apparently this whole thing was possible because Belgian law allows for euthanasia in cases where patients can make their wishes clear and they are suffering from unbearable pain. Although it does kind of seem like they're a little loose with the law. The brothers were physically healthy, so the decision seems like it was made to cut off future emotional pain.
Yeah, some people would argue that emotional pain can get so intense that it makes living life unbearable. Now get this, changes to the Belgian law are being considered by the government right now, and if approved, euthanasia could be expanded to include children and sufferers of Alzheimer and dementia. Socialist leader Thierry Geitz says, the idea is to update the law to take better account of dramatic situations and extremely harrowing cases. He went on to say that the law is, quote, extended to minors if they are capable of discernment or affected by an incurable illness or suffering that we cannot alleviate. According to the Sydney Morning Herald, Belgium is one of 2 countries where euthanasia is legal, and in 2011, 1,133 people, most with terminal cancer, were euthanized. That number could significantly jump if this law is broadened, so that's a lot of stuff. Yeah. How do you feel?
Look, I mean, I know I might get flack for this, but until you've actually been in the place where you've considered and accepted death, you can't necessarily speak to it. Death is a very private matter. You're literally the only one going through it. In instances of critical conditions and suffering, euthanasia is an opportunity to die with dignity. One of the last moments of control that people can actually have in the end of a debilitating life. If done properly, it has the opportunity to aid families and friends in grieving. I mean, not to mention relieve them of hurt and possible financial burden. The idea is if you're not hurting anyone else in the process, why not have a say in your decision to die? We decide everything else for ourselves, so why not retain the choice of when you take your actual final bow?
For me, it's really difficult to think about. No one wants to watch family and friends suffer in their final months or days, with the possibility of not having the chance to properly say goodbye because everything falls apart at the last second. So why not allow people to exit as gracefully as possible? It's a lot easier to say farewell when you know when the final curtain falls. And personally, for me, I try to think of where my threshold would be. How bad would it have to be for me to be okay with pulling my own plug? These guys were deaf and about to go blind, and they were like, peace out, nope, no more. And I don't think I'd want to live a life if I wasn't truly living my life, but I also don't want to miss out on the journeys of my loved ones. But I also don't want to be a burden to them either. It's heavy. I'm confused. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Whether or not you support doctor-assisted suicide, what would be your personal threshold? At what point would you be okay with checking out? Let us know in the comments down below.
And of course, click that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Click this annotation or head on over to sourcefed.com. I'm Lee Newton.
I'm Joe Beretta. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.